This week on NBA 2K TV, the WNBA draft is coming up. We talk to Aces star A'ja Wilson. Then there's a lot going on in the NBA 2K community. We fill you in on tournaments and events. Plus, your top assists of the month. That's all coming up now. Welcome to another episode of NBA 2K TV.
And a glimpse inside the locker room. Players' final few moments to prepare for the game and the task ahead. The city of Charlotte, North Carolina is the setting for our broadcast tonight. And isn't the view magnificent? Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. So glad you could join us on this Saturday night. With Greg Anthony and Chris Webber, this is Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sidelines. Just a quick look now at how the point totals have looked over the last few months for Hayward.
It's been surprising to me to see him take a little bit of a tumble lately in terms of what he's doing for them offensively. The points just haven't been there for him like they were a few months back. The defenses he's facing have adjusted to him, and he hasn't been able to make his own adjustments.
And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for a report before the tip-off. Hey, Dave.
More than 40 years ago, the Oscar Robertson rule ushered in the new era of free agency in the NBA. In the last decade, players have taken personal agency. They've pulled up stakes and forced trades in search of an ideal environment. Now, sometimes for teams on the losing end of that, it's a bitter pill to swallow. But this is the new reality of the NBA. Kevin?
It is indeed, D.A. Thank you. Big conference rivalry tonight, Chris. Think back to some of your legendary bouts between, say, your Sacramento team and the L.A. Lakers.
Oh, man, my ears are ringing right now. I got the cowbells ringing in my ears just from you saying that. But
pretty exciting, wasn't it?
Yeah, oh, man, it was awesome. But it's not just another game. Your pride is involved, and it's about your standings in the conference. And also, it's about fan bragging rights. So for us, it was like the Battle of California. We wanted people in Sacramento to be able to walk around in L.A. and say, hey, we're the best right now.
So a look at the starters for the Wizards. Adams is out there with Griffin. Then there's Rudy Gay. Then it's Jeremy Lamb. And it's Westbrook in at point guard. And for the Hornets, we've got Kawhi Leonard. Horford is out there with Robin Lopez. Then it's Ball. And it's Harris in at the shooting guard. Now Ball. After Westbrook's missed three. Leonard, no luck. Griffin looking around. Passes it to Westbrook. And the three off target. Ball against Westbrook. Ball with the bucket.
Just an amazing ball handler. Sometimes balls move with the rock are flat out unguardable.
Outside Griffin. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot two free throws. Well, Blake Griffin has been working on that three-pointer now, Chris, for a while. Has gotten to where it's effective.
Yeah, Kevin, you're right. And for Blake, he doesn't need to make a ton of threes for it to be effective. All he has to do is keep the defense honest with it so they respect it enough where it opens up the rest of his offense.
First free throw is good.
Oh, well, Kev, I always appreciate when a big man can create for others. And Blake Griffin, he's one of the best in the game in that regard. Such a fantastic passer.
Griffin hits them both. Chris, you almost forget just how big Griffin is because of how smoothly he can facilitate for others.
Yeah, Kevin, and I hate when people say he's a good passer for a big man. I mean, what type of caveat is that? He's just a good passer. He has great vision, superb timing, and that's why he's always been near the top in assists for bigs.
And the shot goes down.
Oh, Griffin's presence inside is enormous. It's impossible to hold him in check close to the bucket.
Ball, the pass to Horford. Gay against Leonard. In the corner, it's Harris. No good on the three.
They get away with it here, but that's not a shot you should ever be giving him.
And Westbrook gets it to go.
Like how confident Westbrook is close to the rim. Gets high off the ground and releases his shot quickly.
Ball against Westbrook. Ball dishes to Harris. Back to Ball. And Adams sends it back.
Just 1 for 5 from the field now. I mean, they've come out flat. They need to pick up the energy.
You feel like Jeremy Lamb has been in the league forever, mostly known for being a piece in the Harden trade when he left OKC, but Lamb is coming to his own the last few years.
Free throw drops for Lamb. And Jeremy Lamb, you feel like, Greg, he could be kind of a late bloomer.
The improvement he's shown the last few seasons has been huge. Much more comfortable as a scorer, and the defense has picked up for him as well.
And Lamb drops them both.
Oh, not many players with the more steady hand at the free throw line than this fella.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
To the paint, here's Horford. Looking to end the run, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Oh, that's a big boy bucket by Horford. He just used his delicate touch despite getting bodied by the team. As great as he is offensively, Kevin, Al Horford is even better on defense. Not a volume shot blocker or rebounder, but he's strong, agile, and always in the right place.
Find the lane. Find the lane. One shot.
And Al Horford, no good on that one. And Chris at the defensive end. So much of it is communication and positioning.
Yeah, offense is trying to force rotations and force mistakes. Horford doesn't take plays off, and his recognition is a step ahead.
Out to Harris. The tray. It's hauled in by Gay. Washington leading now by 4. Here's Griffin. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That one on Horford. A lot of different styles of basketball, and, we're talking about Coach of the Year here. What style of coach did you prefer to play for?
Well, I just wanted a coach that was honest, that held everyone accountable, and allowed us to get out and run. You want a coach that believes in the talent that he has and doesn't hamper anyone's skill set, doesn't hold anyone back based upon their offensive philosophy. The game is changing, so hopefully you have a coach that is flexible. Hopefully you have a coach that is forward-thinking, and you have a coach that says, let it fly. That might be the most important skill set of a coach, in my opinion. One that says, hey, you got an open shot, you better take it.
Blake Griffin hits them both.
Yeah, and the Hornets, they had a very strong bench, not only with their scoring, but how they impact rebounding and passing. I mean, one of the better benches in this league.
Now, here's Ball. He's coming off a 10-point game against Toronto. It's stolen by Adams. An even 3-on-3 break. And Griffin scores. The assist from Jeremy Lamb. 8 points for Blake Griffin. And the Hornets have had a strong bench for a while now.
Yeah, depth isn't a problem for this team, Kevin. Having a formidable starting 5, though, has been. They need to consider trading some depth for an upgrade at the starting position.
Now, here's Ball. Taking a look at the scoring numbers, right now he averages about 9 points a game. Clock is at 3. Horford on the money from 12 feet away.
Oh, look at that awareness of Ball. Fantastic at recognizing when his teammates are wide open.
Lamb finds Westbrook. Adams outside. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Ball feeling it out a bit. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And for all the drama surrounding Lonzo Ball's entrance into the NBA, one thing is for certain, he can play.
And Lonzo will always have the media attention, but the fact is he is a very talented player. His playmaking and passing was as elite as advertised from day one. Starting to find his spots on how he can score for himself, but everything else with his game is what you'd want from an elite point guard.
And that one misses.
And a new regime in Washington as they have moved on from the previous GM. A lot to do here.
Yeah, GA, and it's not an ideal cap situation to work with. Fans are excited to see what can be done. They need to land a few big free agents. It hasn't happened for the Wizards in a while.
So we can't get either to fall.
Yeah, and the Hornets, they'll be one of the more disciplined teams you'll find in this league. I mean, they keep mistakes to a minimum on both sides of the ball. That's a big part of why the Hornets are tough to play.
Yeah, clearly struggling here with the foul. Still early, and just one more will put them over the limit.
Gay against Leonard. Gay outside from 12 feet out, and Washington again with the bucket. And Chris, for the Hornets, as we know, their coach Borrego preaches preparation.
Well, yeah, and it shows it up in the stats, Kevin. I mean, they're the best in taking care of the ball. The team does not take silly fouls on defense.
Here's Leonard after Rudy Gay's bucket. On the wing, Harris fires from deep. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
On offense, here are the Wizards. They're on a 16-7 run. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And doing a good job getting to the line and capitalizing.
The Wizards shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
And when you look at that free throw percentage on the season, they're right around 73%.
That free throw, no good. And the Hornets making a change here. Holmes checked in. He hits the second from the line.
And so many issues for this Wizards team the last few seasons have been due to a lack of an inside presence.
Yeah, inside scoring has been a problem, GA. I mean, they've had to lean heavily on outside shooting. Also, though, they've been struggling with rebounding.
Now, here's Ball. 5 on the clock. For 3, Harris. Westbrook pulls it in. Westbrook's got his 4th rebound in this one.
He just can't find the touch this quarter. He's got to keep grinding, though, and looking for the best shot possible.
Gay inside. He's covered by Leonard. And Lamb kicks to Westbrook. His 3-pointers off the mark.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target. Well, it isn't for a lack of effort when it comes to getting up to 3-pointers, but not much to show for it. He's going to lose the green light here very early in this game if this keeps up.
9 feet out. Adams' shot is off. Hornets trail by 8. Ball with it. Gay picks him up defensively. Horford, no luck.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
I'm always surprised when it doesn't happen. I'm sure these two will have a good laugh about it later.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, Greg, they've come out of the gate strong at both ends of the floor. Just in total control so far.
Now here is Harris. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. Charlotte needs to get a shot up. Puts it up from 17. That's good from Horford on the assist by Harris. And it's 6 points for Horford.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Harris against Lamb. At the top of the key, Westbrook. Over Harris. Tries again with the clock winding down. Out to Lamb. With the teardrop. Good work defensively by Horford.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Leonard attacking. Basket is good. The assist from Harris.
And he moves so well. When Leonard drives the lane, it's pretty much a guaranteed bucket. Terrific body control, and he plays with the ultimate force.
Now here's Griffin. 12 points his last outing. Score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries.
Oh, don't forget about this fella for a second. He is the definition of dangerous.
So Charlotte calls timeout. They're first. And one thing you have to love about Gary Harris, the way he can explode to the rim.
And Harris is a natural scorer from all parts of the floor, but he can just rocket himself for dunks you aren't used to seeing from players of his size and stature.
And the Wizards are going with a whole new group out there now. And here's a look at some numbers for Griffin.
And the biggest takeaway when you look at his numbers is how good his three-point shooting has been the past 5 games. He's finding the open spots on the perimeter, and when he's getting good looks, boy, he is not missing.
And the Hornets with possession here. 8-point game. Here's Brunson. Cauley Stein grabs the board. And it's Burke with the ball for the Wizards. Last time they met was in Washington.
Yeah, and they picked up the win in their last game against this club, and really it was a parade to the free throw line.
Well, it tells you a lot about who was the more aggressive team. I mean, they should have that same exact attitude tonight.
4 on the shot clock. Here's Wanamaker. Drills the three-pointer. And now it's an 11-point Washington lead.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Going for the juggler right off the bat. I mean, jumping out to an impressive early lead.
Thibault the pass to Holmes. Chris, when you look around the league, who do you feel is the most universally liked player in the league?
That's a good one because there's so many players with great stories. How about Derrick Rose? Fighting all those injuries, coming back, having a 50-point game, becoming a leader again there in Minnesota. The youngest MVP ever, watching his ups and downs. Luka Doncic. How about that guy? That's just from excitement of play. The fact that he's just infused this Dallas team with energy and fun. It's so much fun watching him. And then you got to go with the elder statesman. In other words, we call him the old head where I'm from, and that's Vince Carter. If you don't love Vince Carter, something's wrong with you because he's the line in the sand from Dr. J, Dominique, Jordan, and those dunkers to anything that's happening today. Vince Carter, he's the man. Oh, this is a big fella who has no problems at the foul line. I mean, a very smooth touch on his stroke.
Jacks up a 3. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Raptors.
Yeah, I mean, in that one, you really saw a difference in aggression between the two teams, particularly on the board.
Well, the rebounding numbers weren't even close. I mean, if that was a boxing match on the glass, they would have stopped that fight a long time ago.
And Green gets it to go.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Brunson scanning the floor. And Waiters has it in the corner. Lets it go from the wing. Cauley Stein grabs the board.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Burke. No good from outside.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
It's stolen by Green. Here's Wanamaker. He's guarded by Waiters. Wanamaker the pass to Burke. Cauley Stein. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Wizards lead by 12.
Oh, man, the relentless pursuit of the basketball by Cauley Stein. Just a tremendous hustler on the offensive glass.
Holmes kicks to Waiters. They get a hand on it, and stolen by Cauley Stein. To the middle, here's Wanamaker. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Wanamaker's got 5 points so far.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Runs in the pass to Thibault. Hayward outside. There's 45 seconds left to play in the first quarter.
You talk about players that have transformed their bodies in the NBA. How about Gordon Hayward? Has added muscle every year while maintaining that speed and agility.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
One of the areas where he has excelled all season long. How about 87% from the line?
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good from Hayward.
He was the 9th overall pick in the 2010 draft. If it were held again, only a couple guys would be selected ahead of him.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. Washington leading now by 12. Now Burke. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Outside, Green. From the top of the key, again the Wizards score.
You might be able to question Green's defense, but he's always going to give you something with his offense.
Here's Thibault. Just 5 on the clock. Out left to the wing. Here's Brunson. And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. Wizards out front as they end the first quarter on a 14-6 run. We'll be back shortly live from Spectrum Center. Al Horford was born in the Dominican Republic, and he talked about why he gravitated towards basketball instead of baseball.
Coming from a place where, baseball is what's driven to us every time. I mean, I started playing baseball. I didn't play basketball. I started playing baseball, and, just watching my dad play basketball, I just fell in love with the game. But people were still telling me, they're like, nobody makes it out of here, usually out of basketball. I mean, your dad was a very rare case, and I just believed in it.
Yep, wanted to follow in his father's footsteps.
And what a career. College championships at Florida, an all-star in the NBA. I think he made the right choice.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And for the Wizards here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Well, no question. It's been stifling thus far, preventing that offense from establishing any kind of rhythm.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Taking a look at the Wizards. They've got Cauley Stein. Green is out there with Burke. And it's Pascal in at the power forward. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Charlotte's had to wait a bit the last few years. Now, the city hosted the All-Star game last season. But for the Hornets, they've gone 3 seasons without a playoff appearance and 15 seasons without winning a playoff series. In that time, the franchise has had 7 head coaches and a shifting front office. But Buzz City is hoping that its wait for playoff relevance will end soon. Kevin?
We all are. David, thank you. He misses the free throw.
And thinking back to when Gerald Green first came into the league, oozing with athleticism, but really not much else. Now he's a completely different and better player than when he first arrived.
That one is no good. And as amazing as Green was in his dunking as a younger player, he needed to grow as a player.
And the time he spent overseas, I think, really helped with his development and confidence. Came back to the NBA, and really since his return has been a great weapon off the bench for whichever team he's suited up for.
Here's Burke after Gordon Hayward's bucket. Pass to Wanamaker. Pass to Green. Takes a 3. A shot missing. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. Waiters surveying the D. Now here's Brunson. Not a lot of room. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. Washington leading now by 10. There's the pass to Wanamaker. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Waiters outside. Lopez left side. Over Cauley Stein. And it's Lopez. That time on the assist from Dion Waiters.
Well, the arms of Lopez go on forever, which is why he's able to create for himself deep.
Burke dishes to Cauley Stein. Back to Burke. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're pouring it on right here, trying to give the opposition no light at the end of the tunnel.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. David Nwaba comes in for Gerald Green, and Thomas subbed in for Brad Wanamaker. And that one falls for Burke. Chris, are there specific types of plays where you feel the whistle gets blown maybe a little too often and a little too early?
Well, sometimes for a guard, when he's defending a guard and the pick and roll comes and he fights through that pick, and as a guard, an offensive player, I can stop and let you bump into me and shoot the ball. I think the refs just have to be smart with it. Sometimes it's a foul, but every time it's not, just because of the situation or the flop. And also, you just don't want players to be bailed out when the defender is in a good position. But that's what makes the game so great, is the fact that as an offensive player, you got to try to manipulate and find out where you can sneak yourself in the gray areas of the rules. And as a defensive player, how can you use your skill, your will, and then your IQ not to get caught with your hand in the cookie jar?
And Washington has possession after Dion Waiters' three-pointer that didn't go. Count the basket.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Hornets trail by 13. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Thomas against Waiters. Burke looking over the floor. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
For so long, the Hornets have been a perimeter-oriented team. Chris, now they need to find an impact big man.
Yeah, well, Jay, remember, they did have a couple of good years with Al Jefferson where he was a force inside. But that was the last time the team made the playoffs. More balance in their attack would do wonders for this offense.
Burke hits them both.
And Chris, a very unique experience playing in the nation's capital. What was your time like with Washington?
Oh, I love D.C. Oh, I love Chocolate City. I mean, the surrounding areas of D.C. love the team as well. There's something special about playing in the capital.
And that one's good by Lopez.
Oh, well, Lopez is terrific on the offensive glass. I love seeing him use his long arms to haul in the boards.
Burke kicks to Gay. Outside Thomas. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Oh, yeah, and that's what you love about him. He shows no mercy, even with a comfortable lead.
Adams, he's checked in for the Wizards. Russell Westbrook comes in for Burke.
And when it comes to athletic small forwards, Gay is the cream of the crop. An aggressive player whose reach really helps him on both offense and defense.
Now, here's Ball. Leonard looking over the floor. Horford has a wide open look. No good on the triple.
When the defense forgets about him on the perimeter, they're playing with fire. Lucky they don't get burned here.
Good on the three-point shot.
Oh, and if you were the defense, you have to be right in the jersey of Gay. A knockdown threat on the catch and shoot.
And here is Ball, following the three from Rudy Gay. Leonard inside. He's against Gay. And Harris wide open. He shoots. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Harris has got his second basket of the night. Here's Washington now. They're on a 13-4 run right now. Westbrook kicks to Griffin. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Here's Harris. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
Good anticipation on the feed. He knows exactly where to go with that ball.
Westbrook passes to Griffin. Adams outside. For three, Westbrook. And again, Washington with the triple.
Whether he's attacking the basket or squaring up from long range, Westbrook is always dangerous.
Outside Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Now here's Westbrook. He had a 30-point outing their last game against Houston. Adams taking his time here. Outside Griffin. Over Leonard. Griffin's shot is off.
Does a good job just to get the shot off clean. Even if he can't knock it down, the fadeaway is really his only choice there.
Harris kicks the ball. Back to Harris from downtown. Makes the shot. Basket number 4 this game. Brings him up to 4 for 9.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Adams outside. And Westbrook gets it to go on the assist by Adams. 8 points for Russell Westbrook.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. Down by 15. Out to Harris. Leonard on the wing. Takes the three. Rebound by the Wizards. Westbrook's got 7 rebounds in the game. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Lonzo Ball picks one up. Chris, more and more we're seeing star players give their sneakers to fans at the end of games. Did you ever do that?
Oh, yeah, man. Especially when I was with Dada, I would give a pair of shoes away after every game.
Oh, great.
I really love doing it on the road. At home is really cool, but on the road it's great because that's where you know that fan braved all those other fans and the elements to wear your jersey and to be the only one there, so you look for that kid. I used to look for the kid with the number 4 Weber jersey and be like, hey, kid, I know what you went through to wear that tonight. You make sure you go home with these bragging rights. Tell them these are fresh from the game when we beat your team, baby.
Yeah, that's a neat way to connect.
Yeah.
Richaun Holmes, he's checked in for Charlotte. Jeremy Lamb's checked in for Washington. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. Hornets trail by 16. Ball with it. There's the dish to Leonard. Lets it go from 14. Again, the Hornets score.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Here's Griffin. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Charlotte has gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. And that one drops for him. Ball's got his second bucket.
That added muscle helping Lonzo there, looking stronger and more confident on these takes.
Passes to Lamb. The Wizards working the ball around now. Here's Adams. Rebounded by Holmes.
You know, not sure if he's playing to the crowd, but no need for the fadeaway on that shot.
Harris's shot is good.
One of the strongest parts of this game, Zoe is phenomenal at finding ways to get guys involved.
Lamb against Harris. Pass to Westbrook. Got a piece of it. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Ball. This break gives us a chance to see the league's best fast break teams in the second half of the season. They've really ramped up the energy. The Wizards second. The Hornets fourth.
And, you know, since midseason, we've seen both clubs really look to push the basketball, and it shows in the number of fast break points they're getting.
Now here's Griffin. 10 points for him.
A little surprised he took the jump shot with nobody around him. He could have attacked the basket.
And it's Harris off the drive, and he trims the lead to single digits. Harris has got 14 points.
And boy, has he picked it up since the start of the second. His shots now starting to fall.
And here's Westbrook. He's got 9. Here's Griffin. Good. Nice assist from Westbrook. 12 points for Blake Griffin.
The offensive arsenal of Griffin, so dangerous, especially when it seems he can't miss from anywhere.
And the Hornets call time here. Blake Griffin really making a difference here.
And he's been taking it to the rack all game, and they haven't been able to contain him. They have to put up better fight on the inside. And checking out some stats for Steven Adams. He's been on a tremendous roll since the All-Star break, averaging 9 points per game, 15 rebounds, and just over 2 blocks. And the phrase stats don't lie absolutely applies here. He's been a monster on the court for this team.
He's oozing with confidence. I mean, and it shows. Every time he steps on the floor, he expects to dominate.
Now here's Leonard. 26 points for him last game against Toronto.
Yeah, and his energy level in that game was amazing. He did all that work offensively and controlled the boards, too.
And Lamb, here we go.
An evolution to Lamb's game, putting the ball on the deck, taking it aggressively to the rack.
And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Hornets. A 12-point game. Outside Leonard, the three, sinks the three-pointer. He's got 9.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
We see this all too often. You have to be willing to put it in.
Now here's Westbrook. 9 points in the game so far. Misses off the left iron.
They haven't needed him as much as I thought they would tonight.
Ball against Westbrook. There it goes. It's in, and the Wizards' lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Ball.
And we come back to it again and again. If you're just looking at points and rebounds, you really miss Al Horford's impact. It goes way deeper than the box score.
Taking things into his own hands. He's been a beast this quarter.
Outside, Lamb. We've got 1:08 left in the second quarter. Here's Westbrook, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Lonzo Ball picks one up. And some detractors have looked at Horford's stats, and Greg, they said he's not an all-star. Even Sports Talk Radio calling him average Al.
Nonsense. I mean, still a great defender, efficient scorer, elite passer as well for a big man. Then you get to his leadership. Big Al is the total package.
And the first one at the line is good. And some changes here for the Hornets. Gordon Hayward's checked in for Horford. Waiters comes in for Harris. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Lonzo Ball. Then for the Wizards, Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Adams. David Nwaba comes in for Blake Griffin. And it's Rivers in for Rudy Gay. Both free throws good from Westbrook. Hornets trail by 6. Brunson the pass to Waiters. And he's going up for the alley-oop. To the inside. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Pass to Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
You see how Hayward just made that pass? You got to say, man, he's got some vision.
There's 42 seconds left here in the second.
2 for 1, probably the way to go.
But yeah, G, I imagine that's what they're thinking. You have to maximize the possession.
And a wide open look for Lamb. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Lamb's got 8 points.
He spots up so well off the ball. Lamb, an excellent all-around jump shooter.
Now here's Brunson. He's covered by Westbrook. Leonard, no luck. Wizards leading by 6. Fires the 3. Here's Cauley Stein, and he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Cauley Stein's got his second basket.
And you got to do more than that to slow Cauley Stein down. I mean, he's used to absorbing contact while shooting.
Here's Leonard. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
And that's why they're running plays for him. They're getting him the ball and letting him go to work.
And so it's Washington, with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They've set the tone. They love their tempo. They're going to be very tough to stop. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. Kawhi, a big first half for you all offensively, but big first half for them, too. Any concern there?
They're still scoring pretty good, so we got to play better defense second half because we don't know if we're going to keep making the shots that we're making right now.
We'll see who can get some stops, Kawhi. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is right here. Say hey to the folks, Kenny.
Hey, folks.
Say hey to the folks, Shaq.
Hey, folks.
Hey, let's get this party started.
Okay.
The first quarter was all about Blake Griffin. He had 12 points and 3 rebounds. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Wizards.
Well, there was one pleasant surprise, and that was the bench. They gave him a big lift. Those guys came into the game, they did all the dirty work, and they scored baskets.
Shaq, let's get your insight on Charlotte.
Well, if you can't shoot the ball, you might want to stop chucking it up. They keep trying the three, but it's not going down. They're relying too much on the three ball. Way too much. It's good when it's falling for you, but when it's not, you have to try something else.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks for joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, slicing through the gaps in the defense. I mean, getting many of his buckets in the paint.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. We've got ball. Horford is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Robin Lopez, and it's Harris in at the shooting guard position. So that's the group. Oh, that was an impressive throwdown.
Yes. Woo. And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. Adams dishes to Westbrook. Adams trying to free himself up. And Westbrook gets it to go on the assist by Adams. Adams has got 3 assists tonight. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That'll be his second foul of the game. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
And a moment here to check out the numbers for Westbrook. 8th in steals, 9th in scoring, and his playmaking ability, unquestioned, one of the top 15 assist men in our league.
And talk about being top 10 in steals. I love his jumping the passing lanes and then stealing away your dribble. And it's off from three-point range. Hornets trail by 6. The feed to Harris. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Clearly a foul.
For Charlotte, they have converted 4 of 7 free throws on the night.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
And Harris drops them both. And for those of you turning in, we're about a minute into the second half. Westbrook passes to Adams. Horford against Griffin. That one drops for him. Griffin's got 14 points.
Oh, yeah. That's the right way to play Griffin. Tough, physical defense, but even that isn't enough if you let him get inside.
And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Hornets. They trail by 6. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Griffin on the double team. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
You too.
Jump ball. And it's the Hornets with the ball. Horford finds Ball. Outside Leonard. 6 on the shot clock. Rebound Washington. Griffin's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
And when you give Griffin an inside lane, he's going to pounce on it. I mean, the defense has to lock him down.
Griffin with the steal. On the wing, Lamb. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And now a 10-point Wizards lead.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And it goes down 2 points. Harris has got 4 this quarter.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this.
Here's Griffin. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
I mean, you better give Griffin credit. He's outstanding at forcing the issue, getting the defense to whack him.
So far, he's hit all of his shots at the foul line, going 4 for 4. The first free throw is good. And he can't hit the second.
And when Griffin is healthy, he's an effective player, a double-double threat who's tough to match up with.
Kept alive.
A fantastic effort on D to get up in his face and deny the layup.
Second chance shot, and scoring with the play inside is Gay. Gay's got 10 points in the game.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And the Hornets call time here.
Well, their goal was to limit their turnovers. I mean, they've wasted way too many possessions with giveaways.
Let's go to the 2K leaderboard. Here are the team leaders in steals. You need to play heads up against these squads. In third, the Hornets.
You can't get careless with the basketball against this group. I mean, they'll pick your pocket, and no surprise to see them in the upper echelon as far as steals.
Leonard finds ball. And here is Lopez. He's covered by Westbrook. Lopez, no luck.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
Yeah, you can see why he's established that reputation. Strong understanding of how to defend at the rim.
Gerald Green, he's checked in for Jeremy Lamb. And with a younger generation of fans cutting the cord, Adam Silver has talked about ways, Chris, to make the games, the NBA games, more accessible.
Yeah, and as a guy, Kevin, that played on the West Coast, I know many people aren't happy with this idea, but I say move the games up an hour. Move it to 6 o'clock so that I could watch LeBron on the West Coast when I'm living on the East Coast and be to bed by a normal time where kids can stay up. But how about the streaming? I mean, you can watch it on your phone. It's so many better in different ways now. I mean, before, if you were traveling, you could never watch a game because you had to be by a TV set stuck into a wall. Now, that's your phone, your pads, and everything else. So I love the game. It's becoming more global because of the expansion and how we've gotten players out there in front of fans. And now, with the access that fans have through some type of mobile device, I just love it. I love it.
Here's Horford. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Steven Adams picks one up.
And while Horford can space the floor, I like him getting inside and using his strength to force the issue.
And he's just had 1 attempt at the line early. And Al Horford drops them both.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Outside, Green. The pass to Adams. It's Gay on the way. Goes back up. It's rebounded by Charlotte. They're going to have to make a pretty big comeback here.
I think it's be a mistake to let the shot clock get under 10 seconds from here on out.
Leonard kicks the ball. And it's Rudy Gay with the rebound. Gay's got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Burke. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Ball, the pass to Horford. Back to Ball. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And that's the toughness from Ball, accepting the punishment and powering through it like a champ.
Brad Wanamaker's checked in for Washington. The Hornets have shot the ball pretty well from the line, going 8 of 11. Wizards leading by 13. Clock at 6. Pass to Burke for 3. Here's Adams. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
Throw good, Adams. Jordan Hayward's checked in for the Hornets. Jalen Brunson comes in for Ball. He hits one and misses one, each at the line. Hornets trail by 14. Releases. And good. He got the English that time as it falls. Brunson's got his first basket. And it's Burke with the ball for the Wizards. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Over in the corner, Green. And another miss by Washington. The Hornets have gone a somewhat subpar 4 of 10 on their shots in the second half so far. Count it.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Now here's Burke. He's guarded closely. Here's Pascal. No luck, they battled on the glass but couldn't knock it down. Hayward looking over the floor. Here's Thibault. He averages about 5 points a game. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for Charlotte. And a switcher also for Washington. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Steven Adams. And the free throw, no good. Wizards leading by 8. Pass to Pascal. They kick it out to Green. Pass to Cauley Stein. Here's Burke. It's good from long range. Burke's got 10.
There you go. His first three-pointer of the night. That should calm him down. Maybe even get him going a little bit.
Since taking over the starting role in 2018, Willie Cauley Stein has lived up to his draft spot of being number 6, Greg, overall in 2015.
And you knew that a big man like Cauley Stein would take a few years to develop, but at a legit 7 feet and great length, he is everything you could hope for in a starting center.
Here's Wanamaker. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. He's got 7.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Holmes passes to Thibault. And he gets it to go.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
The Wizards with the lead. Now here's Burke. He's got 10. And it's sent back by Horford.
Oh, you can't be careless around Horford. Throw up a weak shot around him, he'll send it back.
Thibault can't get it to go.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Well, that's why he's out there right now. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points.
Now Brunson. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to go on Trey Burke. The Hornets have gone 9 of 13 from the line. That one falls for Brunson.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
And the Hornets making a change here. Waiters is checked in. And then for Washington, Jeremy Lamb comes in for Green, and it's Austin Rivers in for Burke. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Rivers with it. No points in the game yet for him. Now the pass to Wanamaker. Back to Rivers. Here's Lamb. Drops in the tray.
The work Lamb has put into this part of his game is evident. Getting better at sniping from deep.
Here's Thibault. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Pascal's shot is off. Hornets trail by 10. Here's Thibault. No good with the layup.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Now, it's still a balancing act between production and potential. Lamb is having a huge scoring night, which hopefully he can build on for the future.
Now here's Brunson. Guarded closely. Unable to get that one. He lobs it up. The shot by Cauley Stein. No good.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
No, I'm always surprised when it doesn't happen. I'm sure these two will have a good laugh about it later.
And so it's Lamb with it. He brings it up for Washington. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Floats one. Here's Pascal. Again, the Wizards good for two.
But really, Lamb, he's a jack of all trades kind of player. A superb passer with good instincts.
Passes it to Brunson. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
That should give him a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt, GA.
Hey, guys, you think he was sending a message on that one? He doesn't like losing.
And here is Cauley Stein. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. A nice shot by Rivers.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Hornets trail by 12. Waiters outside. And 1:01 left in the third quarter. Here's Hayward. Here's Brunson. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
This will be his third free throw shot of the game. And the Hornets making a change here. Harris is checked in, and Washington making a change here. One falls for Brunson. 54 seconds left to play here in the third. Outside, Lamb. Pass to Griffin. For three, Westbrook. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
One made three for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Brunson, no good. Wizards leading by 9. Westbrook passes to Griffin. Off target with his three.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
The Wizards shooting 47% since getting things started in the third quarter.
With the D playing soft off him, he might have been better off taking it to the hoop instead of settling for the jumper.
And Griffin sends it back.
Well, it's huge. Whenever Griffin comes up with blocks, I mean, you'd love to see him be more consistent in this area.
Blake Griffin getting it done for Washington. His production has been flowing as he's tallied 20 points and looks to be planning for more. Right back after this break. Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Washington leading now by 9. Fourth quarter on the court for the Wizards. They've got Griffin. Jeremy Lamb out there with Russell Westbrook. Then there's Rudy Gay. And it's Adams in at the 5. Roam in the paint. It's good. Brunson's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Hornets.
And since halftime, he has been a different player.
Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Harris. Over Lamb. Harris, no good. And Washington has possession. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
A main staple of Griffin's game. You can tell he loves getting up to dunk.
Brunson the pass to Leonard. Second shot opportunity. Holmes can't get it to go in.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Well, that's why he's out there right now. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points.
First 3 of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
Brunson with it, and Griffin picks him up defensively. Pass to Leonard. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Jeremy Lamb.
And the soft-spoken Leonard is now an elite talent in this league, an athletic forward who leads by example.
The first one falls. Some changes for Charlotte. Lopez comes in for Rashawn Holmes. And Ball subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Leonard hits them both. Now here's Westbrook. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. Here's Lamb. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
So that's a good athlete. With nice fluidity and quickness, Lamb can draw fouls when he's pushing the action.
Shoot 2.
Free throw drops for Lamb.
And the key piece in one of the biggest NBA trades over the past few years. Lamb was sent by the Rockets to the Thunder in exchange for James Harden. That was a major trade.
And Lamb drops them both. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Now Ball. Lopez right side. Adams, some nice D. Wizards leading by 12. The pass to Griffin. Ball with the rebound. It's up a 3. That's good. He's 5 for 9.
It's critical that Ball keeps hitting his shot. It will only improve his confidence moving ahead.
Griffin against Hayward. Lopez with the block. Adams against Ball, and Ball slams it in.
Oh, you got to prevent Ball from getting a lane. It's that simple, but when you don't, this happens.
For 3, Westbrook hands it from downtown. Westbrook's got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for the Wizards.
And they're going to have to pay closer attention to him beyond the arc. I mean, he's got 2 threes in this half, a total of 3 overall. Oh, that's some skill on that assist. I mean, the timing has to be perfect on a lead pass.
Lamb against Harris. Ball's knocked loose, and so it looks like Washington will retain possession here. Al Horford's checked in for Gordon Hayward.
Substitution for your Hornets, returning
So it's Washington now. And Adams kicks to Westbrook. 5 to shoot. Poked loose, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Horford. Here's Griffin. Out to Lamb. Just 5 to shoot. The 3. Count that as his 7th field goal in 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
But it had to be. These days, you need to stretch the floor somewhat to make everything else work.
Lopez dishes to Harris. He feeds it to Ball. Gay with the block.
And Gay has put a ton of work into his defense over the years. Specifically, it's how he times blocking those shots.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
Excellent D, avoiding fouling and gotten the perfect position to alter the shot.
Harris with it. He's picked up by Lamb. Here's Leonard. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Steven Adams picks one up.
Going to the line. Kawhi Leonard.
No good on the free throw. Good on the second free throw.
I like that he's playing with an edge here in the second half. I mean, he didn't get to the line once in the first half.
Westbrook kicks to Gay. Dishes to Griffin. Tipped away. Leonard with the ball. That one's good, and the Wizards' lead is cut down to 8 on the bucket from Harris.
Look, that's a nice play. You need low post scoring to keep your offense balanced.
Griffin passes it to Adams. Passes it to Westbrook. Buries it from three-point range. Westbrook's got 24.
They're giving him a little too much space out there. That's his 3rd triple since halftime.
Westbrook against Ball. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
He's such a skill for penetrating. When Ball is attacking the lane like this, it forces the defense to act.
At the line for your Hornets, shooting 2, Lonzo Ball.
And the first one drops.
Well, he's an all-around player. Lonzo's combination of size and playmaking ability at his position is truly unique.
No good on the second free throw.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Adams outside. Pass to Westbrook. Shot clock at 6. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Lonzo Ball picks one up.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
Both free throws good from Westbrook. And so it's Charlotte with it. A 12-point game. Ball against Westbrook. Ball kicks to Horford. The rebound by Steven Adams. Adams has got rebound number 8 now on the night. It's Westbrook with the drive. The shot that time not on target. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. Harris looking it over. Feeds to Lopez. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Harris has got his 4th assist in this one.
Well, Lopez is a strong big man. He excels at absorbing contact and then finishing over the defense.
And Westbrook gets it to go.
Not shy from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and getting them up.
Here's Ball. Harris outside. Pulls up on the wing. Rebounded by the Wizards. Griffin's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. He dishes it to Adams. Banked in off the glass.
And this is what you get from Griffin. Very willing to give it up to his open teammates.
And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Hornets. Down by 15. Outside Leonard. The dish to Harris. Ball against Westbrook. Shot clock at 5. Inside. Adams, some nice D.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Well, that's why he's out there right now. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points.
Love the attitude of Westbrook. Continues to improve at running the offense and finding ways to create opportunities for his teammates.
Here's Leonard. Takes the 12-footer and hits. Leonard's got 23. Washington leading now by 15. Westbrook dishes to Adams. He kicks it to Griffin. And he goes big with the dunk right over Al Horford.
An artist in the air. I mean, the elevation, the hang time, the strength of Griffin, it's amazing.
Westbrook against Ball. And out of bounds as the Wizards gain possession. Wizards shooting it up around 51%. They're getting good looks. Pass to Gay. From outside the arc. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. Westbrook's got 4 assists now tonight.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
Ball kicks to Horford. Harris inside. Covered by Lamb. Harris's shot is off. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Lonzo Ball picks one up. Negotiating concession the league wants from the Players Union. Prospect attendance, Chris, at the draft combine and team-wide access to player physicals.
Well, this is a tough one because I don't think that a team that is not interested in you should have your physical. And we all know that information is shared, and so it should be genuine in the teams that are truly interested. And so I understand agents holding back on that. Medical information is something very serious that just because you have an opportunity to be drafted, your information shouldn't be spread all across the world just because you're at a combine. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out, but basically you just want a level playing field for everyone. And if we have that, it'll be better for everyone.
And guys, this is where their depth really comes into play. They've got such talent at that position. They'd love to have him out there, but they won't suffer much of a drop-off.
Well, I love how Horford has changed his game over time. I mean, now a floor-spacing big who also brings leadership to the locker room.
Westbrook, no good. Hornets trail by 20. Outside Leonard, down low. Horford the pass to Brunson. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Going to the line, Jalen Brunson. Shooting
2. That free throw, no good. More star players changing teams. The word tampering comes up, Chris. Is the league striking the right balance on enforcement?
Oh, yes. And, you know, Commissioner Silver, he knows all the tricks. He doesn't want it to be a police state, but he knows a wink from a wink.
Right,
you know what I mean? So you got to draw some lines. But, again, how do you stop it? I mean, you know, if I'm playing on the Lakers and I say, wow, you know, I think Anthony Davis has the best eyebrows in the world. You know, you got to let me say that. And, you know, if that's recruiting, it's recruiting. So it's a fine line. And hopefully the players have some fun with it. And hopefully Commissioner Silver does his best to police it while everyone at the same time is working through with integrity.
Charlotte calls timeout. now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Russell Westbrook.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
And with their spot in the postseason assured, he's picking up just at the right time to be on top of his game. Washington on D. Here's Harris. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Harris has got 10 points in just the second half. Lamb against Harris. The pass to Griffin. Unloads from 13. Again, the Wizards score.
Now, we talk about the work Griffin does in the paint, but don't forget about his mid-range game. He's got a pretty effective jump shot.
Now here's Brunson, defended by Griffin. Brunson the pass to Harris. And slam dunk by Harris.
And how about he takes on the defender head on and then throws down the two-hander.
Guys, straight power there, straight power. And slam dunk by Lamb.
Great leaping ability. Gets off the floor very quickly. This is why Coach wants Lamb to attack the rim more often.
And here's Brunson. Chris, the other day, Adam Silver has been talking about how the All-Star game, that system, is not working. He's been proactive in considering alternatives. What do you think?
Well, I love what he's done already. Let's think about the All-Star game in 2019. Letting guys pick their players like old school on the park. I mean, that adds a little bit of ego, and that's what you want because we want competition. We want guys that like each other, don't like each other, that are playing against each other, that we're in the finals against each other. We want all that competition, all that mental game that goes into it. And so I love the fact that he's outspoken, that he's definitely ahead of the problem. But I think he did a great job by letting players pick their teammates because that already causes a little in-team drama that we'll see play out on the floor with how hard guys are playing.
And the Wizards are going with a whole new group out there now. And he sinks the second.
They're looking to get the most out of every possession. Frustrated to miss even one free throw right now.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Wizards.
Fewer miscues made the difference.
Yeah, I mean, a great all-around effort. Not only did they minimize their turnovers, but kept the pressure up on D, forcing the other team to commit turnovers.
And on the year now, tonight's impending victory will push their win total to 47.
And with this win, they bring the season series to an end, guys, with a split, 2 games apiece.
And as one might have guessed coming into this game, it was indeed another big game tonight for Blake Griffin.
No fatigue in this fella tonight. Tireless, grinding out every possession and leading their offense.
Here's Roby. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
I like that pick play. I mean, you can see how easily it makes it for him to get to the cup.
Rivers surveying the D. The feed to Thomas. And it's denied. And here's Charlotte. Here's Temple. Passes to Brunson. Off the mark. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up.
Cause it gets like that when your chips ain't stacked and your money ain't right and you wanna with a man there, but you're just wasting time. And I don't wanna waste no time. I just wanna get my money and I just wanna live my life. Ain't nobody wanna ride, ain't nobody on my side. Ain't no time, ain't nobody on time. Thank God that we here again, you know. This the kind of shit that make you let it go. Living in a city where it's hard to blow. Yeah, we gon' get it till it's all to show. Now we got it, pop it, drop it, run it down. Now we got it, pop it, this the sound. Now we got it, pop it, run it down. Now we got it, pop it, this the sound. Run it down. Take it a day at a time. Praying we all gonna shine. I seen the darkest of days. I need a spark and a change. You gon' be stuck in my waist. They pointing fingers to blame. Really, it's all in the same thing. And I never wanna be famous. Something about it we great. Something about what I made. I only feel when I'm down. I've been around and back in the lab. I feel like I'm running around. I need to be with a fam. I need to speak with my dad. Things on my mind. Thinking about everything that we had. I know. Cruising in the city, ride slow. Trying to clear my mind for the most. Okay, it's alright, I hope. Only way I know is when I thank God that we here again, you know. This the kind of that make you let it go. Living in a city where it's hard to blow. We gon' get it.